I make way more money than you, so I can park wherever I want to. Okay, I will destroy your car.
I'm so sorry. I forgot you were rich. Let me get out of here like the human garbage I am. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My bad.
Yeah, no way. You're gonna see some repercussions, Richie Rich Man. All right, cast. Me, female, 5'11". Bob, friend store manager. Chief, my boss, entitled jerk who lost his car. Okay, background. I worked as a firefighter as an investigator for an independent department. For information, an investigator was the rank of lieutenant and was based out of the large state blah, blah, blah. We don't need any of that. Every day, the food duties changed from firefighter to firefighter. It was my chief's turn to cook when this happened. My friend Bob worked as a GM at a small grocery store. There was a long, empty space in front of it marked with the following sign: emergency vehicles only, like fire trucks. Enter entitled jerk. He had a nice looking BMW and always parked in the above spot every week, in the spot labeled for emergency vehicles only. Come on.
That's the worst kind of person. Wow.
When he was told that he couldn't park there, he said, I can park wherever I effing want. I make more in a day than you make in a whole week.
Whoa. Wow. We got a badass over here.
Big man, small dick. I get it. My friend calls me complaining about entitled jerk, and I agree to go and watch the spot. I get into our utility truck, which had the department decals on the door and a single red light on the dash. You know, for like the sirens, like wee wee wee.
Yep.
I park in the emergency vehicles only spot. As I'm walking in, I hear, you can't park there. It's my special spot. So I turn and look at entitled jerk and say, excuse me? I am on official duties and can park there. I pointed to the decal on the door. Entitled jerk looks and says, you can't be a firefighter. You're a girl. Move your truck and leave, C-word. Freaking calls her.
What? Dude, that God, like literally his audacity just like jumps like in an Empire State Building with every word he utters.
Yeah, I believe he's going to regret it quite soon.
Yeah.
Now, I'm proud of my job. In a department of 2,000, I was one of 5 women on the department.
Wow.
I graduated top of my class. So right now, I have a pretty shocked looking expression on my face. And I get really pissed off, and I walk into my friend's office to get more information about his problem with entitled jerk. As Bob explains the continuous parking violations, I see a small notice on the fire suppression system sprinklers that said the inspection was coming up. I smile, and I get an idea.
Ooh.
Cue the revenge.
Oh, yeah.
I get some information, leave Bob's office, and get into the truck heading back to the station, and I arrive and head to my chief's office. I tell him of the entitled jerk and what he said and does. Chief is 6'6", a 320-pound Samoan, and he sees everyone as family. Chief's face gets bright red. I explain my idea, and he gets very, very happy. He's excited.
I cannot wait. I love the character, the Avengers resembling of the Avengers of Revenge.
Yeah, the Revengers of Revenge. He rushes out and calls a station meeting. I lay out the master plan. We send out the station to do a fire drill / inspection by sending the old truck and one engine to the store. My friend will call the station, and next time entitled jerk parks in the fire lane, there will be justice.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it, baby. Skip to 2 weeks later. Bob called the station stating that entitled jerk had just parked.
It's go time.
To the operation. As I am thanking him, I hear his fire alarm go off. I rush and change into my investigator uniform with turnout gear. I don't know what that is. I guess that's firefighter gear. I tell Chief, and we send the trucks out. We arrive, and I see entitled jerk's car in the emergency vehicle parking spot, as usual, and he's just, being the classic entitled jerk he is.
In his special spot.
Special spot. I radio to have one engine to pull right in front of entitled jerk's car, and the truck to park right beside the driver's side door. I get out, and the engineer starts setting up the ladder, which means 4 very large and heavy support struts go down, and one crushes the front of his hood. Oh. The alarm goes off. Yeah, bro, they're destroying his car.
Yo!
The lineman breaks his windows as he runs the large 5-inch draft line from the pump to the standpipes, fire access to the sprinkler system through his front seats. So basically, there's this giant hose that's going through the front seats of this guy's BMW.
Oh my God.
I go in to find Bob, hurriedly getting people out as the alarm is going off. Entitled jerk runs out of the store, sees his car, and goes ballistic. I radio the PD dispatch and request a few officers to the store as I had an aggressive male impeding a fire operation. The dispatcher says they will send a few officers. 3 officers show up and I ask them to follow me, and they do when I call out, "Hey, leave my firefighters alone." Entitled Jerk turns and sees me. He rushes up screaming that I'll pay for the damages to his precious baby. His car. I stop him and tell him if he didn't leave that he would be arrested. He gets in my face and said, "You did this. I'll have your job for this." He then turns around, pushing me back. The officers and I rush and tackle Entitled Jerk to the ground. After they cuff him, I calmly inform Entitled Jerk that he was under arrest for assault and interference with a fire investigation, and that his car would be towed for a parking in a fire lane. I later found out that it was just crushed and impounded. Entitled Jerk got 12 months probation for pushing me and interfering with a fire operation. He also got a fine of $500 for parking, the cost of the tow, and he lost his nice BMW. Moral of the story: don't park where you shouldn't, or bad things will happen.
Dun dun. Avengers, roll credits. I gotta say one thing about this. So I love that she like got revenge, but destroying his car and having him arrested is kind of a lot.
This is why it's the subreddit ProRevenge and not petty revenge.
I thought that she was gonna be like they did like a drill and they box his car in for like 8 hours. Like that would have been amazing.
No, bro,
and
they
hilarious.
freaking smash his windows and literally get it destroyed.
That's a bit too. That's too much. That's abuse of power to me. That's too much, dude.
It's pretty nuts, but don't park where you shouldn't.
Lesson learned. Today I effed up by making a joke about brain cancer to someone who has brain cancer.
Well, you can only wait. There's a joke here. Well, that sounds like a bad joke, and bad jokes are cancer for your brain. Wait, there's something here. There's something here. Well, at least the joke, at least if it was a bad joke, you can't give that person more cancer.
That is true. Maybe the friend is cancerous.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. That's better. Damn. Screw the brain. Screw the brain cancer. That friend is cancerous.
Whoever's editing this,
First try.
please include everything. That was too. That was too perfect. Sometimes I think real comedians say that the bomb is the funniest part.
It's true. That's why it would be so funny.
Exactly. So, for some context, I am a 19-year-old college student, and this took place in our dorm lounge with 3 other people who knew each other very well. I was recently introduced to their group, and we all agreed to play a few rounds of Cards Against Humanity after a storm knocked out the power.
Okay, Cards Against Humanity. It's a ripe arena for offending someone.
You're just asking to get raunchy and
raunchy
nasty.
and non-PC. Like you put down a card and you're offending all of your ancestors.
That's right. All of your ancestors.
I don't know. I just feel like imagining.
Who is the most people that we can offend?
Yeah, and just everyone in your ancestors.
Your entire lineage.
Yeah.
All of your grandchildren will be offended.
Entire lineage going both ways.
Both ways, yeah, exactly.
Have you ever seen the Avatar? The Last Airbender?
Yes.
Do you know like that point where like he's looking at like every past Avatar and they're like going like all the way into the past and they're all looking at him and he's like, Aang, you gotta be the Avatar. And he's like, I don't know if I can be the Avatar. It's like, bro, like we've done it. You can be the Avatar. And they're like 1,000 of them.
Dude, I have to see that episode now.
Okay, well,
I've never seen that
That's
episode.
what I'm imagining, except like all of them are just super disappointed. Like, bro, you fucked up.
What
That was
is
a
wrong
terrible
with you?
joke.
That is so hilarious. That would be a great, like if there's like a serious kind of like Marvel-like movie and you think like, oh, it's about to be like the Council of Elders or Ancestors or whatever. And they're like, man, you really just fucked this up. Like you're a fucking terrible person.
Dude, do you ever think about like when fucked became like the lexicon? Like when it actually came in? Like
that is such a good. It's such a such a utilitarian utilized word.
Yeah,
like it has so many meanings.
So many meanings. So many ways to use. Like I'm not like did our great grandfather has been like, fuck it, you know?
I have to imagine like they were super like they never put it on like TV or anything, but I have to imagine they just
like said like fuck it.
Dirty sailors.
Yeah.
Because you're like sailor mouth or whatever. Like I don't know.
Did
Sounds like they always
sailors
talk
say
about
fuck
them. I have to imagine. I have to imagine.
I hope so.
I hope
there's a sailor out there that just said fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Just dropping them F-bombs.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Not that F-bomb, but fuck.
Well, what's the other
Fuck
F-bomb?
specifically. Maggot.
Oh,
Yeah, that one. That one.
When you started, I thought you were saying MAGA, and then
that one, honestly,
can't
like
even say
give it 10 years. Give it 10 years. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
In LA, MAGA is dropping
dude, that's
the
not
hard
good.
G.
That's not good. Back to our protagonists.
Our first stories are always like 20 minutes.
This is true. It's our warm up, guys. Whoever's watching, this is our first story of the session. So
first story of the sesh.
It is what it is.
But you'll know it's the best.
Oh yeah.
Oh, again.
Oh yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
All right, editors, can you please put vector every time he says, "Oh yeah"? Because
I do say it a lot.
No, you say it, and like every time it's oh yeah. There's like I have it in my mind.
Yeah.
And I can't get it out.
I do say it a lot, especially in these recordings.
I don't stop saying it. Just now put the editing.
Just every time. The oh yeah counter. The vector counter. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll make that a thing moving forward.
Yeah,
that's a great little editing thing.
Yeah.
So
third
sentence. I'm usually a strong player in Cards Against Humanity, but during this game, I was really far behind. So I decided to go all out with some of my cards, even if they were way too ballsy.
I love how like going all out in Cards Against Humanity is just like offending as many people as possible.
Or just like, you know what? Let's forget going broad. Can we go deep? Like let's deeply offend one person.
Let's
you know what I mean? Like we're
squirming.
spreading ourselves too thin. Okay, we need to like go in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm down. Also, wait, we're doing another sidebar, but you'll like this. I promise.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You know Ricky Gervais and Jerry Seinfeld.
I know the two of them. Yes.
You're familiar with them.
Yeah.
Do you know that Jerry Seinfeld has a show called Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
I know that too.
Okay.
Yep.
There's an episode with him and with Ricky Gervais and Jerry Seinfeld. Well, obviously Jerry Seinfeld he runs the show. So
yep.
But Ricky Gervais is the guest, and they're talking about like joking and jokes, and obviously like the conversation goes to like PC culture, like you know. Are like people getting like mad at us for jokes and what they were saying I thought was super interesting, that what the public wants, or generally what they want, is not that you are not going to make a joke about them, but that you know that it would be wrong to say that, but making it anyway, right?
Yeah.
So like being like aware, like this is the example that they use, but it's like he's like, I know the Holocaust is bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can make a joke about it. Because if I compare like, you know, not getting my French fries cooked well to the Holocaust, then there's inherent.
It's the absurdity is like
of the comparison, because I know how terrible that thing is.
Right.
And really what when a comic is not doing their job is they're just oblivious. Like if oblivious to someone's struggle or something. I thought that was super interesting. Yeah. And so relating it back, this relates. In Cards Against Humanity, the best cards are you knowing that it's fucked up, but playing it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. It's honestly, the comedy thing is super interesting. Another good thought on like making, I guess, like potentially offensive jokes that I heard, and this applies to like stand up. Yeah. But it's basically like only make jokes about people who are in the room, because then it feels like you're like punching down on them, or you don't know the react, or you could say something effed up and not get the reaction back to let you know that it's messed up. Which I thought was interesting, which also implies that like people either that are fans of you or if it's like a podcast, people that are like in the room, it's like they're there. You know what I mean? So it's like lame to like shoot for. It's like laughing at someone versus laughing with someone. Yeah, potentially, and that's not a blanket app. You can't apply.
But I could see it. Well, I mean, like I get what I feel like it. I think it's like almost like a filter for you, because like if you're afraid to say the joke, if the person's there, then it's like, are you actually like confident enough in that joke?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so I feel like it's less like whether or not it'll be okay, but more it's like, do you have that confidence to actually say it? Right? Because if the person's there, then you better have the confidence to actually say it. Because I mean, I was watching an Andrew Schultz stand up, and he's like he says some
I know.
offensive shit
I know.
directly to their faces.
That's what I'm saying is like they're there in the room.
Yeah.
So it's,
but they still get like some of them get offended, but I don't think.
Yeah, some people do get offended.
But the thing is, like it doesn't look, or at least in the specials, or not the specials, or the things
like
I've
the
seen,
clips or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he cares, and so like it's more like it's almost like I respect you enough to make fun of you.
Yes.
While you're here.
It's basic. That's probably a more succinct way of describing it.
No, that's really interesting though.
Yeah, jokes are hard because like in my personal opinion, I feel like with statements, it's way easier to draw a line on like what is, it's not perfect, but it's a lot easier. But with a joke, it's a lot harder to say like what's right or wrong to say, because sometimes the joke is a satire
of what's wrong,
of the point. So
yes,
it's like
exactly.
They're saying a joke about something, trying to say, hey, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
And but then people get offended by the joke, and it's like, well, the intention of the joke was saying this thing was fucked up. So it's a lot. I have like no idea. It was so hard to be a comedian because I don't know where that line is.
Yeah. Well, I think
you can only feel it.
The point of being a comedian is
playing with that line,
playing and pushing the line.
Yeah.
And also sometimes disregarding that line.
Yeah.
I on your note of like punching down, again, like looking at this Ricky Gervais thing, like he makes jokes about how he's like super rich all the time. And they're actually funny. Like a lot of like comedians worry about like getting like wealthy or whatever, or being happy. And you're just like, oh, I'm going to lose my juice. That makes me relatable.
Right.
They're still funny somehow. But with a person like Ricky Gervais, right? It's like, I'm rich and famous, so the only place that I can punch is down.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
like where else can he punch?
Yeah.
He's white, rich, and famous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like he kind of has all of the trappings of what people believe, like where people believe power is centered. And so it's like, how can he make jokes without punching down almost?
No, totally. I think, that's a good way of thinking about it, which I think you kind of have to at some point, but I guess it's the, how do you do it is we're no comedians. We're
no comedians. We're just two guys in a room. We should do, have you done stand up before?
I've never done it, but it would be a good,
we should,
good thing to try.
It's scary. I think I told you I did it.
No, I've never done it
twice. Well, kind of. I did it. I did it at the Moth Radio Hour, which is like, it's like kind of stand up.
Yeah.
You're telling a story.
Yeah.
But like a lot of them are comedic, and stand-up comedians go to do it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's like the talent in the room is actually like they're really, really good.
Interesting.
That
makes sense.
But I feel like that's kind of like a nice way to like get into it.
Yeah.
And also I think like it's much easier to do stand-up comedy around stories than it is to like, I don't know, do one-liners or anything else. Like
the kind of the classic like, hey, how's it going? I'm Bobby Bob and blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Yeah.
That was
exactly.
Good. Yeah. Anyway, fourth sentence.
To our fourth sentence, actually. So I decided to go all out with some of my cards, even those that were way too ballsy. And for this round, the black card readed as follows. Blank. Bet you can't have just one. Immediately, I slammed down a brain tumor.
Solid. But honestly, like, that's not even that, like, four cards against humanity. That's honestly
they have some crazy shit in there. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to win this round, and I can't stop giggling as the guy judging shuffles the responses and begins to read them off. His face suddenly goes red as he looks at the first card, and he starts chuckling as he lays my card down. I start laughing, and he reads it off between breaths, but an uneasy silence is birthed between the other two girls playing, who stare at each other, then me, then at the card czar, then me again. I slowly stop laughing, and it's at this moment I am informed that the card czar has terminal brain cancer.
Terminal
brain cancer.
But he was laughing.
He did. It seemed like he laughed. That's why I was like reading that line back to make sure, but I think he laughed at it.
Dude,
I think he laughed at it.
I mean, good for him.
Which is like, that's, if you're offended at that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have every right to be.
Yeah, but the fact that you did laugh is like you've got a pretty good sense of humor and like probably are. I guess you've gone through the mental work to kind of just like come to terms with it. That's kind of what it tells me, or something along those lines.
If I had brain cancer, I think I would love.
Eventually,
I would love
not
making
in the
brain
beginning.
cancer jokes.
When if it was like I just got diagnosed, I'm not trying to hear that. But like
I don't know.
Immediately after someone tells you have terminal brain cancer, you're gonna die. And I'm just like, you have brain cancer or something. Come on.
No, you wouldn't make it like that.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, John. See, you gotta. It has to. You have to like make a joke about how terrible it is.
Right.
So it'd be like, oh damn, you got brain cancer. Like, well, wait. There's a joke. Like, you got brain cancer. Well, at least at least it was the same day Bitcoin went down. I don't know.
Something smart and clever about
something much smarter and more clever than I am saying right now. But like I would appreciate a joke in that moment. I would be like, oh, like thanks for lifting my spirits. Because I'm regardless of whether my spirits are lifted, I'm still gonna die.
I'm curious. You really think if someone cracked a joke immediately after the doctor just told you have terminal brain cancer,
the doctor made a joke?
The doctor made a joke.
The doctor's like, "Hey, you have terminal brain cancer." But
seeing it's so wild because somehow that's funny to me, and I don't know why or if that's wrong or what. You know what I mean? That's where I have such a hard. I don't even know.
This is the joke the doctor said. Hey, you have terminal brain cancer, but at least you won't be having to pay any insurance. Because I'm on my parents' insurance until 27, but now I want to pay insurance.
But that's why comedy is so wild to me because it's like that's funny. I don't know, like imagining a scene if it's like a movie and like the doctor cracks a joke for some reason. My initial reaction is like, oh, that's funny.
Well, it's because like the doctor's the person that you like that shouldn't be cracking those jokes,
right? Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Silicon Valley, but like. He goes in and he's like, Richard is like a classic like CS nerd guy, and he goes in and he's like, Doc, like I want you to check me for STDs, like I think I might have gotten something, and the doctor just starts laughing. He's like, "There's no way you're getting laid, my guy."
Yeah,
and like that was hilarious because it's like the
doctor never does that.
The doctor never does that. Unless he's a cool doctor.
That's true. That was a cool, very saucy doctor. I immediately feel horrible, but he gives me a hug and he says that he thought it was hilarious to not feel bad. And we all shakily laugh before he crowns me as winner of the round.
Amazing.
So he said he's the winner. I won, but at what cost?
At the cost of a great joke.
Dude, shout out to that, the card czar. I mean, great sense of humor. Like,
I mean, he's killing it.
Impressive.
Brain cancer, man. At least the cancer didn't infect your humor centers.
You got it.
Is that fucked up?
Too late. The crowd will decide.